So now you're married and 2 more kids.
Yes.
How was the transition first with the other kids into this new marriage? How has it been? There's a new man in your life. Yeah.
He started, I introduced him to them, and he's a very nice man.
Yes, I've met him. Very
You've
good
met
man.
him?
Yes.
And so they just hit it off. And it was, we first, because we were having a good time in our relationship, but since I come as a package, I had to give them time to also get to know him. And so they got to know him. They started doing things together as my children and him, and he just fit in perfectly.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to say that some people struggle. And I was concerned about my son.
How old were they, the kids, the age at the time?
7, 4, and 7, 5, wait, I forget.
Around 7, 5.
Around 7, 5, and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
around there.
Okay.
And so they started doing things together, and my youngest really took to him. Yeah. And for 1 year, I gave them 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you'd start going home, they'd cry. They'd be like, "Oh, don't go." And then I knew they like him.
Yeah. They're coming in.
Yeah. But I think it was easier for us because we were younger. But when you have a teenager, then it becomes a problem.
A bit of a problem.
Sometimes it becomes a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then 2 more kids. You have 5 kids.
Yes, I do.
You look good.
Yeah, oh, thank you.
Yes, you look really good.
Yeah.
So when you have this kind of a situation, during the time before you got married, and you were hopeful you would, what would people say as far as either encouraging, hey, it's possible, or saying, you know, there are still very many single people on the queue. So you, since you've been there, so
I'm telling you,
yeah,
that was, I think, the toughest decision I had to make, because nobody supported it, which was quite interesting for me. Even in the church, I was being told, you know, focus on your children. It's like, you know, don't have hopes for that, you know. And then there's also this thing of, you know, you messed up your first marriage.
Yeah.
You want to mess up another one. And these are just underlying currents. And there's a day I sat and I was like, am I doing something wrong? Am I doing something wrong?
To want this again, yeah.
To want this again. Because one thing I didn't want to do is be in a perpetual state of dating. You know, having not dated for a while, when you are thrown back in, you feel like a fish out of water. Dressing up, I don't know, that nervousness. I was like, oh, I'm too old for this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to live my life a single woman who's consistently having boyfriends, one boyfriend after the other. I do not want. And I told myself, Stephanie, I don't think it's wrong. And I talked to my sister, my sister is like my mentor. So I asked her, what do you think? Do you think this is crazy? And she's like, no, it's not. It's not crazy. You're young and you do deserve to be happy. And so that was my focus. I said, but I did not get support from society.
Despite the naysayers and people thinking, you know what, give it a break, you forged on, you went for what you knew you wanted. And
from older women, they would be like, you know, focus on your children. You get people from the church, you know, you just
be still in the Lord.
He'll give you strength. Get mentors for the children. You don't need to get a man. And then from single people, they're like, excuse me, you've been married. That's why you're not even married and you don't even have children. So I just had to be strong.
You had to be strong.
Yeah.
You came in with kids. Did he have kids? Was he married before?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't married before. He didn't have children.
Wow.
Yeah. So, in fact, when my mom saw him and talked with him, my mom came and told me, this is going to be a tough one.
Why did she think that?
She told me, if I had a son and then brought me a woman with 3 children, it would be hard to swallow.
Yes.
It would be hard to swallow. And so I was ready for any resistance.
Was there any?
There was some. There was some resistance, yes.
But
I was ready for it. We were both ready for it. And when I met him, I told him, I kept on telling him, are you sure? You know, are you sure? And he was like, yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we broke up several times because I kept on saying, you
know you can.
I can see ahead.
Yeah.
I can see ahead. But he was sure. And then I needed to give him time to think about it. So by the time we came back together, he was like, it's you. And I was like, okay, fine, it's me. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.